Hello, guys. I still plan on doing the double ritual, but unfortunately, I'm going to have to wait and see what tomorrow brings or when the next day is that I'm going to have the time and preferably a quiet place to live stream where I can openly do the rituals without being judged or criticized for it. I may end up just going down to Maria's and just do it in the bedroom because one, I haven't done one there in a while. Two, I know that the spirits down there are missing me. Three, her cats are missing me. And, I want to start our meditations up again because it seemed to help us both a lot, when we would do them. So I thought I would do the short version for now, which entails I'm going to find the hang on, I got to find the ritual again. Mabon. Here we go. Mabon. So I'm going to go ahead since I wasn't able to do the time got away from me. And I mean, there was just a lot ended up going on. Watch the live stream. You'll see what I mean. And everything happened really fast. I had to go up and get Carol. Maria went with me for that. And, she stayed in the car. I went and got Carol. And then we pretty much just, straight out the door and over to my mom's. There was a decent amount of kids, that came by and some grown-ups too. And one of them was a mom that was jonesing for a cigarette really bad. So I lit it for her, which, I like lighting people's cigarettes for them. I don't know why. Maybe it'll help them quit, or something. Who knows? But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and say the words. And then at least when you see the next live stream where I'm actually doing the rituals, hopefully tomorrow, then you can read along with me or whatever if you want. Stop this as many times as you need. I'll try to read it slow so that you can pause, at quick intervals. Write down the next piece. Hang on. Get that tickle in your throat. My throat's pretty dry. It was a very busy Halloween. But I am way too tired to do anything else. So just bear with me here. Here's the words that you're supposed to say after you've cast the circle, got yourself protected. Even if you want to physically take and put a ring of salt around you, that's fine. Just when you do it, have the intent in your brain, purification, safety, purification, safety, purification, safety. It don't have to be a big ring. You can even do it out in the grass if you like, if you prefer. I mean, I don't know, Brooke, what your situation is, hun. Like, as far as can you go out in your backyard and actively practice or not, kind of thing. And yes, I'm wearing my Harry Potter crown this is the replica. This is the replica of the lost diadem of Rowena Ravenclaw. So, yeah, pretty cool. Anyway, it goes, leaves fall, the days grow cold. The goddess pulls her mantle of earth around her, as you, O great sun god, sail toward the west to the fields of eternal enchantment. Wrapped in the coolness of night, fruits ripen, seeds drop. The hours of day and night are balanced. Chill winds blow in from the north. Wailing laments, Laments. In this seeming extinction of nature's power. O blessed goddess, I know that life continues, for spring is impossible without the second harvest, as surely as life is impossible without death. Blessings upon you, O fallen god, as you journey into the lands of winter and into the goddess's loving arms. And I'm doing this without my glasses, so bear with me here. And then you're supposed to place the basket down. This is where you're scattering the leaves down, on the altar and stuff. And then it says you set the basket down and say, O gracious goddess of all fertility, I have sown and reaped the fruits of my actions, good and bane. Grant me the courage to plant seeds of joy and love in the coming year, banishing misery and hate. Teach me the secrets of wise existence upon this planet, O luminous one of the night. Now, don't worry, I will say it again tomorrow, and again, I'll try to do it at a reasonable enough rate and speed that you can follow along, read it along with me if you like. Hello, Kalika. Of course, you gotta come and bug me. Give me a minute, baby. Mommy, sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you, but you were digging your claws into my leg. It didn't feel very good. Works of magic, if necessary, may follow. Celebrate the simple feast. The circle is released. Now, most likely, it'll probably be easiest to do the simple feast tomorrow, like read it out loud and, what all you're supposed to do and stuff. Mabon lore. Again, I'll say that one just so you know the right mindset that you need to be in to do this part of the ritual, because remember, this is going to be a double ritual. Oh, hi, Char. Honey, I am so sorry. I just this second noticed that you had popped on. I guess because it's almost midnight, I wasn't afraid you'd be able to. But anyway, let me go on. A traditional practice is to walk wild places and forests, gathering seed pods and dried plants. Some of these can be used to decorate the homes, others saved for future herbal magic. The foods of Mabon consist of the second harvest gleanings, so grains, fruits, and vegetables predominate, especially corn. Cornbread is traditional fare, as are beans and baked squash. Okay? Now for sowing, after you cast circle and everything, which again I'll be doing tomorrow, so hopefully you guys can do it along with me. After you cast circle and all that, these are the words you say. On this night of Samhain, or Samhain is how it's spelled, Samhain, but it's pronounced Samhain. On this night of Samhain, I mark your passing, O Sun King, through the sunset into the land of the young. I mark also the passing of all who have gone before, and all who will go after. O gracious goddess, eternal mother, you who gives birth to the fallen, teach me to know that in the times of the greatest darkness, there is the greatest light. Taste the pomegranate seeds if you can get some. If you can't, don't worry about it. Just, you don't have to do it exactly what it says in here. These will just give you guidelines you can follow. You can have a piece of bread if you don't have anything else. Just say, God and Goddess, forgive me for not having the proper foods for this, but will this do? And then as long as you have the intent in your mind, what it's supposed to represent, they'll understand. Okay. Burst the seeds, with your teeth and savor their sharp, bittersweet flavor. Look down at the 8-spoked symbol. So you need to get a piece of paper or something and draw an 8-spoked wheel on it. On the plate, the wheel of the year, the cycle of the seasons, the end and beginning of all creation. Light a fire within the cauldron. A candle is fine. Sit before it, holding the piece of paper, gazing at its flames. Say, wise one, of the waning moon, goddess of the starry night. I create this fire within your cauldron to transform that which is plaguing me. May the energies be reversed from darkness, light, from bane, good, from death, birth. Light the paper in the cauldron's flames. I'll explain the paper in a minute. And drop it inside. As it burns, know that your ill diminishes, lessens, and finally leaves you as it is surrounded within the universal fires. If you wish, you may attempt scrying, which is basically crystal gazing, where you look into a scrying mirror or something like that, and you can see images and stuff. You got to practice to do it. So, happy Halloween, by the way. If you wish, you may attempt scrying, and I'll read later in a later YouTube video what scrying is, so you better understand it, or some other form of divination. For this is a perfect time to look into the past or future. Try to recall past lives too, if you will, but leave the dead in peace. Honor them with your memories, but do not call them to you. Now, the paper they're speaking of is part of what the celebration of Samhain is, Char, is letting something go. It's for the things that you wish to cast out of your life, that you no longer serves you, no longer does you any good. It only causes you pain. It only causes you regret. It makes you feel like, less than a person sometimes, depending on the situation. Yes, I'm wearing my crystal crown my daughter made me, but I'm wearing it as a necklace. Well, I don't know if Brooke actually made this, but she sent it to me a while back. I'll put it closer to the camera so you can see it. And those are real crystals. She got me some real pretty colored ones. And so sometimes I wear it as a choker, just to be different. And to show my appreciation of it, because she's the one that gave it to me. Okay, so the paper is a petition, okay? Now, what a petition is, what it does, what it means, and so on, is you write down, okay, perfect example. And if your husband's watching, then I don't know if you want to, you might want to pause this and come back to it later, skip ahead a little bit, and then only watch that part of it when you can be totally by yourself. Because I'm not, me, I'm not trying to cause upset. I'm not trying to cause you guys to fight. I'm certainly not trying to cause any more trouble than what may already be going on. I know you're in a lot of pain, physically as well as spiritually, as well as, the whole thing with your husband not being as loving a husband as he should be. So apparently this is the only way this thing's going to set. So yeah, it's not going to stay. I'm going to take it off because I don't want it to get broke. But anyway, yeah, see, this is the replica of the crown in Harry Potter that they have to destroy because what's his face, the bad guy, turns it, he makes it into a Horcrux. So basically black magic, the kind of stuff you don't mess with. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, so tomorrow the plan is, because I don't know, after today, believe me, it was very busy. I was very drained. But anyway, the petition, okay. Get some bay leaves. Now, bay leaves are a simple spice. You can get them in the store. You can get them in little packages. You can buy them already dried and put in the spice jars or whatever if you have a Kroger store near you. You write down on the paper, or, excuse me, if you can write small enough and gently enough, but you have to have a little bit of firmness when you write, because otherwise it won't work. Write on the bay leaf in maybe shorter phrases or something that, see how much you can fit on there, but try to make it clear, try to make it legible, and then you take that bay leaf. Here's what I did. I wrote my petition on the piece of paper that was offered. I took a pen and wrote down what I wanted to be rid of. I put a bay leaf with it, and you need to get some black dog's hair. If you go to a witch shop or whatever and ask them, or if I can get some, I will, because apparently it's a real thing. Because the high priestess that was head of the ceremony that me and Maria and Christy went to on Saturday at Brian Edwards' house, him and his husband, there was 18 of us in that circle. So I don't know about you, but that was pretty impressive to me. So you write what you want to be rid of on the paper. You can write on both sides of the paper if you want. You can make the paper big. You can make it small. Like I said, a lot of it depends on how much you're going to be writing on it. Now I'm trying to keep my voice down a little bit though, because Chris is trying to be, he's trying to sleep, and I know I tend to get loud and I don't mean to, but yeah, today was really busy. Okay. Now another thing to balance out the energy is once you write down the stuff you wish to be rid of, also do a separate petition. Use the black dog hair, use the bay leaf, wrap them all up together. Don't use tape or anything. Just fold them like into a little envelope or whatever. Toss them in a fireproof, fire safety, candle in the cauldron thing. I'll give you guys some examples tomorrow. So that you're not catching anything on fire, especially like yourself or something. I don't want that. But, think of some of the things you'd like to bring into your life, things that you would like to see happen, and be very specific, but don't like overly focus on one thing, because then you're gonna take entirely too much time. But to be fair and vague, because I don't know who else is watching this besides you, or if they're watching on their phones or whatever. Again, I'm not trying to cause any trouble. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to give you suggestions and trying to explain to you what this holiday means. It's letting go. It's honoring our ancestors. It's honoring the people that have gone before us, that have much more knowledge, much more wisdom, ancestors that I've never even got the privilege to meet, because they were all dead before I was even a twinkle in the eye of my mom and dad and, all that. So, but the live stream that I did at my mom's, it should be the one before this one. And it was like over 5 hours long. So I was pretty proud of that. Brooke did pop on at one point, but Chris, I think, was the first one that noticed. Because I literally had it out on my mom's porch. And again, if you're still here, great, hun. If you're not, don't worry about it. You can watch this later. That's what's the beauty of live streams. But I do have to keep it down because, like I said, Chris is trying to sleep. Anyway, watch the video before this. You'll love it. My Aunt Carol was there. My daughter showed up. She put on her dress that I got her. So her and I have matching black witch dresses with hoods. And now, get this, my mom wants me to get her a white one. And I am shocked, because I'm like, I'm going to faint now, because I never thought I would hear my mom ask for a witch dress. She didn't call it that, but ultimately to me, that's what it is. And I mean, these dresses, Char, they are absolutely stunning. When you see the one on Alicia that the sleeves aren't cut on, because I had to cut my sleeves because it wasn't big enough. Hang on, Kalika, honey. Hang on, let mommy put some of this stuff down, okay? Okay, come on. Come on, baby. Come on. It's okay. I'm sorry, baby. I didn't mean to yell at you earlier, okay? I'm sorry. And, you didn't get me that bad this time. Mostly it was just like, someone took a couple of pins and poked me in the leg. But I wanted to do this because I figured it would be quicker. And I'm going to find somewhere to put this little guy tomorrow, too. And we'll hang him up in here somewhere. He can hold a tea light candle. And my mom didn't really like it when I had that over there. Okay, where did I put my... Did I? What did I do with it? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Panic time. Hey, baby. Oh, crap. Where's my... Fuck. My pipe in my dugout. Oh, shit. Gods, please tell me I didn't dump it. Shit. I just fucking had it. Where the hell did I put it? Nope, it's not there. It's not there. Sorry, I'm panicking a little bit because now I can't find my dugout. And if that dumped, that was literally all the CBD I had left. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to afford to get any or not. No, it's not in there. But now I don't want to get up and move because Kalik is on my lap. Please help me find my dugout. Please don't let it be dumped. Or eaten by the fucking couch. See if I... Oh, God, I hope I didn't put it in here. No, it's not in there. Oh, no. God, I hope that didn't get dumped. Guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Kalika. But I got to get up a minute. I got to find that. Don't worry, I'll leave the live stream going. Hang on, Kalika. Mommy's got to find something, baby. I got to find something. Please don't let it be dumped. Please don't let it be dumped. Oh, good. I found it. I had set it down somewhere and forgot where. And then my spirits told me, they're like, check the bedroom. I'm like, where in the bedroom? They're like, on your desk. I'm like, okay. So I turned on the dining room light. So I went and disturbed Chris with the light. And because I didn't want to turn the bedroom light on because he was pretty exhausted. You know, he did do a lot today. And when it was all said and done and I finally had to run Carol home, which kind of upset me a little bit because she said she was going to spend the night and then she changed her mind. So I was thinking I was getting out of having to make an extra drive 30 minutes away to get her dropped off at home and then come back myself. And then I couldn't come directly home. I had to go back to my mom's because while I was taking her home, Chris and Maria, or mostly Chris, was busy breaking down all the stuff that had to be set up for Halloween. One thing I didn't get a picture of that I regret, but because they're so small, and not small, I mean, they're like about this tall, each lantern. But I didn't turn the camera around when I live streamed earlier, so you could see the line of them down the driveway, but oh well. So anyway, my mom's wanting a white dress, a white version of this dress, and I'm like, shocked, just stunned. And in my head, I'm like, you know, this is a witch dress, right, Mom? But okay. And Michael, my own son, wants a dress like to match me and Alicia. And I'm like, are you fucking serious? He's like, shit, yeah. He said, I'll use it as a priest robe. I'm like, okay, you might be able to pull that off. And Alicia seemed to think that he could because these dresses are not normally considered unisex and that I know of. And if Michael tries to get one or he literally is serious and wants me to get him one, I don't know that I will find one that fits him because how am I going to get it to him? Because if I try to send something like that to him to MCI, they would probably destroy it. He would never see it. They would ruin it. They would fucking burn it or something rude, you know. Maybe I'll put this guy up behind me over here take down my leaves because that poor thing needs cleaned anyway. So again, I wanted to do something, however short, you know, and I mean, officially, well, this is the witching hour. It's like 12:05 my time in the morning, but I'm too tired really to do anything else. So hopefully things will run smoothly, and I will let Chris know, please don't come downstairs to Maria's for any reason unless it's a dead set emergency, because I want to do these spells or these rituals, and I want to do them right. I want to cast circle and all that and read. Like I said, I'll try to read slow. So if you do manage to write down the words, and that way you can say them along with me. Because I just think it'd be a lot of fun for you. It would be a fun practice, and it would really give you the feeling of what power really feels like. But then that's, as a sister and as a friend, I have to caution you, and any witch, be careful. Start out small. Do angels. Angels are always safe. They will help to guide you to the type of magic you can do that is probably by far the safest right now. Because the thing about magic is you don't want to cast a spell. Say you're trying to cast a spell to draw some money or something, extra money into the home, and then you're in a bad mood, or you're in pain, or there's a bunch of negativity around you. You and your old man are fighting again, or you and the kids aren't getting along, or whatever it might be. You're just having a bad day. You're just having a crappy day, and you don't want to talk to anybody. And don't do magic. Don't do it when you're too tired. Don't do it when you're sick, because the energies are going to be low, which can make you vulnerable to bad spirits that you don't want to mess with, that can hurt you, that can cause trouble. My sister Naomi, which I don't call her my sister anymore, but sometimes I still try to, because it's my way of saying, Naomi, you really hurt us, what you did, divorcing us like you did, and now you have the audacity to not only change your last name suddenly to Mabius, which is the very name of the family that you don't want to acknowledge anymore. So now you take our last name, and your friend requesting us on Facebook. Are you fucking kidding me? She's wackadoodle, man. She's wackadoodle, 100%. And sadly, Carol's daughter Kay is just as bad. Just as bad. But on a better note, everybody had a good time. So with the petitions, the main thing is, okay, some of the materials that you will need if you decide to do this ritual along with us, which you're absolutely welcome to do. But again, don't do it if your husband's going to be around, or your kids, or somebody that's going to give you problems, because don't, even with the best of intentions, don't do magic when there's negative energy flying around, because it's going to backfire on you every time. But get a red candle. It can be as small as a tea light. Actually, I prefer tea lights. Why? Because, find them here. They come in their own little tin. They're usually pretty good about the wick being in the center enough that it don't burn off to one side or something, in which case the aluminum probably, yes, could catch on fire. But you take a red candle, you put it in a cauldron, or if you don't have a cauldron, you can just do like a black dish, a black bowl. It doesn't have to be stone or anything like that. If you have that, great. If not, find something at a thrift store. Here, perfect example. I haven't cleaned this up yet, so I haven't had a chance to use it, but this was in a house. It's a wooden bowl that was in a house of a woman that, sadly, if she's still living, she's in an old folks home right now. She used to live in a house that's right next door to where my mom is. Beautiful house. I got the privilege of seeing it twice. So basically, red candle, or if you don't have red, you can do white. White can still be red. White's universal. It can be substituted for any color you do not have. Again, it's intent. The more power you give it up here, the more you believe in it, then that white candle will still have the energy of a red candle that you need. Put it in the center of the dish, okay? Now, if you're going to go this route, you might not want to use plastic if at all possible. Try to get wood or something that can handle the heat. Or if you absolutely have nothing else but plastic, put a couple layers of sand in it, like a couple good thick, because the sand will absorb the heat and it won't melt your bowl. And because you don't want to start melting a plastic bowl, because these little tea light tins can get hot. You don't want to touch them when they're like almost completely liquid, because they will burn you. Put the candle in the center of the cauldron. Write your petition. Put your dog hair and your bay leaf with it. And at the appropriate time in the ritual, which I will signal and let you know, and it tells right there as I said the words, you heard it. It tells this is the time where you throw the petition into the flame. And as you do, see the thing that you asked for manifesting, see it as already existing, and the stronger that you can feel it emotionally, especially when it's good stuff that you're asking for, okay, for your family, better communication with your husband, better understanding with your husband. I need to do some more of that for me and Chris because I just don't know what else to do. I was never taught the proper skills, so I'm kind of on my own here about how to be in a successful relationship because I've never been in one. Mine have always fallen by the wayside, or they would sleep with me for a while and then they'd get bored with me. They would 4F me and then they were gone. Find them, feel them, FUCK them, forget them. That's the 4Fs. So you light the petition at the appropriate time in the candle flame that's in the center where the cauldron is, and then just put it in something heat-proof safe, fire safe, and all that. Metal bowls are excellent. I have one myself. It's a pretty good size one. I don't ever use food or anything in it. That is my ritual bowl. That is my offering. That is where I burn my stuff. You can do it with a smaller cauldron, but if you're going to do that, you might want to rip the paper up into smaller pieces so you don't end up getting a fire that's out of control, because I don't want anybody hurt here. That's not the goal. As you light the petition, see the smoke rising and going to the heavens and asking the gods for the appropriate help, the thing you're trying to manifest, the stuff you're trying to let go of, that no longer serves you, meaning it is no longer doing anything good for you. It's doing only bad, therefore get rid of it. Okay? I still have your bottles. They're safe and sound here. I'm sorry I wasn't able to get them to you, but I've been talking about my spirits off and on a lot about that, and they think that it's better and safer for me to keep them here, because if your husband gets a hold of them, he will destroy them, and it will cause you guys further problems that I don't want to see you go through, Char. You're my sister, you're my friend. I'm trying to help you do this right so that nobody does get hurt. But try not to do it out of anger. And I know that's the hardest part of all, because when it's the stuff that you're wanting to get rid of, don't do it in anger, because it'll backfire. It'll backfire. And this is supposed to be a happy occasion, not a sad one. Because even though this night is about death and ancestors and loved ones that we've lost, on Halloween night, the veil is the thinnest and midnight is the time right now. when the majority of your spirits would most likely come through. So again, I don't know how long this live stream is going to be because I really am tired, but I will try to last a little bit, and give the spirits a chance to see if they do want to manifest in some way, whether it's a little glowing orb that goes by or colored lights or something that cannot be explained any other way. It's like, oh, there you go. There's one of them right now. If you've seen, I don't know how many of my YouTube videos you've seen, hun. So if you've seen enough of them, then there have been some that had some really, really strong manifestations that shocked me. And I was like, what? Wow. Like the partial face of the goddess on the Jim Morrison portrait in my bedroom that's been at the foot of my bed forever on my nightstand. And I'm like, okay. Hi. Love it. It was beautiful. That was one of the times that Holly was actually able to pop on. And she's like, oh my God, Janet, I see it. I said, do you see it? She's like, yep. She saw half of the goddess's face where the other half of Jimmy's should have been. And I was like, okay. People don't believe me, and this is why I only allow subs to view these, because I know you guys truly appreciate them. You're truly my family. You love me. You support me. Every one of them that you watch, even if it's only for 5 minutes. I appreciate it all the same. And I'm going to try to do more on my other account and start building up my videos on that. So start every once in a while checking on the Janelle, Janell, Mabius YouTube channel, which is my other channel. Janet Mabius is the one I'm on now, but there's one that's also Janelle Mabius, and I'm trying to figure out how to be able to switch between the two, and I think I'm going to have to need Chris's help for that. So that's not going to be done unless I can catch him on a good day when I know he's going to be the most open and receptive to do it, and he's not bogged down with a bunch of other stuff on his mind that he's trying to get done, that he's trying to remember to do, But also, lovely little tidbit, I now have the power of 4 years of Halloween running through me. It's pretty amazing. And it's quite an honor and privilege. I'm very grateful. But it's kind of one of those things that when you get this high up on the magical ladder, in my opinion, you really are considered a grand high witch. Because if there's one person I really need to know truly understands and supports me, it's my partner that I've been with for 15 years. But I don't know how to properly ask for that support and what way I would ask him to please try and give it if he would. And not saying that he don't love me. I know he does. But I want us to be able to love each other again. I want to be able to kind of like, fall in love again of a sort, or finally be able to heal myself from all the past loves and how badly they have hurt me, which, irregardless of the fact that Chris has been with me for 15 years, it's not been, there's been a lot of good, there's been a lot of bad. I try to acknowledge both. But the hardest ones for me to talk about is when the bad stuff happens, because when me and Chris fight, it's brutal. And we really end up hurting each other, and that, in my opinion, does not help the situation at all. It just makes things worse. And that is not what I'm trying to do. But I want to be able to feel that love for him that I did once when we first got together. I'm not saying I expect us to just pretend like, role play or whatever, and pretend like, okay, we just met and just, relive the whole experience again, but do things a little different this time, be a little more understanding of each other's needs and wants, and, where's the middle ground, be able to develop an understanding of one another, which is all I want. And I'm sure that that's Chris's feeling too. He just wants to feel like he's being heard, he's being acknowledged, accepted. But it doesn't mean I have to like what's being said, but I'm trying to be better at listening and not taking offense and not getting so overly sensitive about it. Just maybe try to feel what he's trying to say, because I run strongly on my feelings, on my emotions. That's why I'm a blue phoenix. And believe me, girl, you start calling yourself a phoenix, I don't know if you can handle the bad, because the bad is like really bad. Chaos, arguments, fights, misunderstandings, hurting each other again, both of us feeling like we're the only ones in the relationship. That's not the way it's supposed to be. I need to find better ways to have more time to myself, even if it means just going to the library and just reading something for a couple hours, or start writing down some ideas that I want to have in my coven, things that I would like coven members to be able to do, and also make it fun, make it lively but organized, planned well, try to accommodate everybody. And I'm not gonna push the matter of initiation. If somebody really wants to join and they want to be, one of my subs, one of you want to be a part of my coven, just let me know and we'll take it from there. And as I'm putting things together, I will try to do a live stream about that and try to vlog about that at some point. But unless I can start finding more ways to have time to myself, I get so bogged down with everything around us and everything going on and everything expected of us from everybody that expects, whatever. It's like we're a lot of people rely on us, and with great power comes great responsibility. So 4 years of Halloween power it's a pretty big deal. And you still got to kind of take it slow. Don't like overwhelm yourself, because I don't want to like break down and start crying or something because it's too overwhelming. And this is the last of my pagan mix. So I'm going to have to work on getting some more of the herbs so I can make me another batch. And maybe get some of the CBD from the Tennessee Hemp Company, but where I got it before. Or if I want to save myself some time, effort, and energy and hoo-ha hassle, I'll just go down to the waterbeds and stuff on Hamilton, which is the closest place to us, the closest waterbeds to us. And I will go see what they have as far as the CBD stuff. Try to spend very little on it. Get some of the discounted pieces that maybe they're like, well, this has been here a while, so I'll give it to you for half off or something, so something that would normally cost you $40 would only cost you 20 or something like that. I mean, so far, as far as I know, I don't have any ill there's nobody there that works there that's against me or that don't like me, or, I mean, everybody so far has been cool. And if it's somebody that actually does make their own pagan mix, then they let me know, hey, in a whisper, so the rest of the customers can't hear. Hey, if you need some, I make it too. So like if there's a certain brand maybe that I'm looking for, or a certain combination that they don't have because it's a popular one, so they ran out. Some of them have been very willing to, we'll make you a batch. We'll make a batch just for you. How much do you want? And then we could, negotiate a price and all that. But I mean, generally, yeah. I mean, pretty much it was a good Halloween. Everybody had a good time. We did a good live stream. I'm really proud of the fact that we were on over 5 hours. I'm sorry you missed that one, honey, but at least you got to pop on this one for a minute, and just watch it from the beginning when you can. If I said the words slowly enough that you can write them down, and then when I do the live stream tomorrow, I will walk you through the simple feast, and hopefully you'll be able to say the words with me, because if I have to say repeat after me, and then I'll say the words, I'll pause and think in my mind, okay, give you a couple minutes to answer, hear you answer me. Like, it'll be more like a telepathic thing. Like, it'll be like we're on the phone with each other, but you can type it in there and let me know, okay, and then I'll say the next line. It's like repeat after me, and then I'll say the first line, and then I'll wait, like count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can jot it down. Then we'll go to the next part. Try to do that one equally as slow so you can jot down what I'm saying. Otherwise, I could always, excuse me, literally write out of the book, but in my own hand, a certain chapter that maybe you're curious about, that you want to understand better. But I need you to give me an ironclad guarantee that your husband or your sons is never going to get a hold of it and decide to open it and be all snooping up in your business. Oh, why did your friend write you a letter? And then the stuff will be enclosed, and also the instructions for, like, not instructions, but the chapter. I will literally write it out of my book by my own hand, and try to find like a decorative way to, like, maybe put some border on the pieces, the paper or something, make it a little more special. And then I'll just send it to you. And I'm probably going to most likely have to send it in a big envelope, one of the big manila envelopes, because that's about how many pages it's going to take, because I can't write all that fast. And I don't know when I'm going to be able to commit to writing down whatever chapter it is you want me to write down, that I can just send you that chapter. But you got to promise me that you would put it up so that nobody, your husband or none of your kids or anybody, would be able to find it, because I just don't want to cause you any trouble. I'm not trying to cause any trouble. And I get the feeling that your husband is not exactly the open-minded type that would be okay with his wife getting such help from a witch. And, I mean, I know my stuff. I've been doing it. Oh, wow. I think this Halloween officially made it 33 years I've been doing this. Yeah, 33 years. So, but it's 1:30. I'm pretty tired. I'm going to go ahead and stop this. I hope that you can make it for the live stream tomorrow. But like I said, look, I'll try to get it on here between the hours of 12 noon and 3 p.m. No promises, but I will try very hard. I'll take my Chromebook downstairs. Maria will understand, and she'll probably want to do it with me anyway. So blessed be. Love you. Hang in there, kid. Thanks for stopping by. Happy Soween. Some say Sowen, some say Soween, some say Samhain. I say All Hallows. Halloween, it's all the same. And this is our new year. Did you know that? That which is considered October 31st at midnight, our official new year. So, Happy New Year! But I will also recognize and celebrate the worldwide tradition of, December 31st at midnight, blah, 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 or whatever, Um, New Year's Eve, yes. Maybe me and Chris will probably put one of the channels on TV that's doing a thing, and we'll sit and we'll watch that. I have been playing around with the possible idea to, as a last thought in closing, of getting a hold of Brian Edwards and see if he would be willing to let me bring my Chromebook and everything and live stream when they do ritual at Yule. If not, then that's okay. I'll just wait until I get home and do it down at Maria's place, because right now it's just too hard for me to really do any serious magic up here, because my cats are always bugging me, always wanting attention at various different times of the day. And when one of them comes up and I can tell that they're wanting my attention, I try to stop what I'm doing to give them that attention, because I still have the responsibility of taking care of them. I'm still their mother. I've got some stuff to write about and everything too, so I'll just play it by ear. But love you, blessed be. Thanks again for your support and subbing my channel, and I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Good night. Love you, sissy.